Welcome students. Today we are going to see another numerical on truss element. Last time we have seen a simple numerical on truss element. Today we will extend ourselves to one difficult numerical on truss element. So this is any truss ABCD which is hinged at supports A and B, and a vertical roller is provided at support C, and this is loaded with a load of 100 kilonewton and 70 kilonewton at joint D. It is also given that area for all the members is 800 mm square, and E, that is modulus of elasticity, is 2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per mm square. This means this truss is made up of steel. This numerical has appeared in summer 17 examination of Rashtrasanta Tukadoji Maharaj, Nagpur University. So we need to solve this. It is asked, actually in the examination it is asked ki determine the displacement vector for the given truss. Determine the displacement vector for the given truss. But since this is simple numerical, we will try to analyze this truss whole. This means we will try to find out member forces in all the members. Now you must have seen it. It's a truss with 4 joints, so minimum 5 members are required. It is given only 4 members in the truss, so AB member is required. It is not given, AB member is not given in examination, but we need to take AB member, and we will find that this member AB, which is supported by hinge and hinge at both the ends, will have 0 force in it. We will prove it later stage that this AB member will be a 0 force member. So even though AB member is not provided, that can solve the purpose, but for the stability of the structure this member has to be provided. But examiner has not provided this member because this is already a 0 force member. Examiner has anticipated that this AB member is 0 force member, and he has not provided, or she has not provided that member. But remember, for our purpose we will take that member AB, because otherwise the truss will be unstable truss. 4 joints and 4 members will be unstable truss. For 4 joints there must be minimum 5 members, 2j minus 3, if you remember, right? Now step 1, the first step is determination of degree of kinematic indeterminacy for the truss. Now this is the truss. Degree of kinematic indeterminacy depends on the support conditions. This is hinged at this end, this is hinged at this end, and this is roller at this end. Every joint of a truss has got 2 degrees of kinematic indeterminacies. This is our elemental truss, this is our truss element. Apne truss element wale दादाजी, this is our truss element. Every joint has got 2 degrees of kinematic indeterminacy. Displacement in x direction, displacement in y direction, displacement in x direction, displacement in y direction. Let us analyze what is the degree of kinematic indeterminacy of the truss. Can this joint be displaced in x direction? No, it is not possible for this joint to displace in x direction. It is neither possible for this joint to displace in y direction. So same is the case. I am naming it ABCD. At A, no degree of kinematic indeterminacy possible. Same is the case at B. The displacement in x direction and displacement in y direction is not possible in A and B. Now what about C? At C, displacement in x direction is possible, displacement in y direction not possible, because this displacement is restrained by a roller support. At C, only one displacement possible, whereas at D, both the displacements, D is a free joint, both the displacements, that is displacement in x direction as well as displacement in y direction, both are possible at D. So I am numbering these possible degrees of freedom 1. First I will number x and then I will number y. It is possible for me to number x first and y first. 1, 2, and I will number this as 3. These are the possible degrees of freedom. 1, 2 and 3, which are painted in or which are mentioned in violet color, are possible degrees of freedom. Now I will mention non-possible degrees of freedom. 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So degree of kinematic indeterminacy for the structure is equal to DOKI for this structure as a whole is equal to 3. And what are those degrees of kinematic indeterminacy? Delta D in x direction, delta D in y direction, and delta C in x direction are the 3 degrees of kinematic indeterminacies. I will number this as 1, I will number this as 2, and I will number this as 3. So these are the 3 degrees of kinematic indeterminacies: delta D in x direction, delta D in y direction, and delta C in x direction. These are the 3 degrees of kinematic indeterminacy for the structure under our consideration. So I have seen DOKI equal to 3, and I have marked the structure with the possible degrees of freedom 1, 2 and 3, and non-possible 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are all non-possible degrees of freedom where the displacement is not possible. They are marked in the red color. So this is how I have marked for this particular structure. Now my next step, as all of you must have judged it right, is joint data and member data. Now for joint data, I must keep all my structure in first quadrant as far as possible. So let us say I am passing my axis through A. Let us say this is my positive x-axis, this is my positive y-axis. A is 0, 0. B will be length is, this is 4 meters and this is 3 meters. So this is 3 meters and this is 4 meters. So naturally B will be, the coordinates of B will be x coordinate 0, y coordinate 3. The coordinate of C will be x coordinate 4, y coordinate 3, and coordinate of D will be x coordinate 4, y coordinate 0. These are my coordinates. So I am mentioning it as member data, joint data and member data. So first is joint data. Next step 2. Step 1 is this, and step 2 is joint data and member data, writing a joint data and member data. So joint data, joint x coordinate, y coordinate, joint A, joint B, joint C, and joint D. I am just marking, I have just seen joint A 0, 0, 0, 3, 4, 3, 4, 0. So 0, 0, 0, 3, 4, 3 and 4, 0. This is my joint data. Just now I have seen joint data 0, 0, 0, 3, 4, 3 and 4, 0. This is my joint data. Now next will be my member data. In member data I know the columns member data, member, length in meters. If area is different, I must mention the area column. Since area for all the members is given as same, I did not mention that A. Then next is cos theta C, sin theta S, cos square theta, sin square theta and CS. This is all that member data I need to identify, because these cos square, cos sine, sin square, cos sine, these are the elements in the stiffness matrix of the member in global terms, and that is why I need to write it right over here so that I can get this particular. So first member, now how many members are there? Are 5 members. So AB is non-existing member. If this is in wall, this is in wall, there is no need of member AB, because member AB will be carrying 0 force. We will prove it by matrix method that member AB will be carrying 0 force later. But at present, let's write member AB, BC, CD, AD, and then DB or BD, whatever we want to write, I can write. So I am writing member AB, then member BC, member AD, member DC, then member BD. 5 members are there. Since there are 4 joints, there must be 5 members. So member AB, and these are the members, member data. Member BD. Member AB length is 3 meters. Member BC length is 4 meters. Member AD length is 4 meters. Member DC length is 3 meters, and member BD length is 5 meters. Look at this. I have taken AB, BC, DC. Why I have not taken CD? I will take DC because I know matrix for AB and matrix for DC will be the same because they have got their x direction oriented in the same direction. So instead of writing CD, I have taken DC. I have taken AD. I know the matrix for AD and matrix for BC will be the same because their x direction is same. And then for BD, I have got a choice whether I should take B to D or D to B. I have selected from B to D. Right? Everyone can judge from AD and BC members will have the same global stiffness matrix. AB and DC member will have the same global stiffness matrix. So it's a simple thing that if I write AB and DC, I am able to write global stiffness matrix in similar terms. I don't have to calculate it for larger things. So for AB, for member AB, all of you can calculate cos theta and sin theta. Cos theta 0, sin theta 1. For member BC, cos theta 1, sin theta 0. AD, cos theta 1, sin theta 0. DC, cos theta 0, sin theta 1. And for BD member, cos theta is 0.8 and sin theta is minus 0.6. All of us know what is the formula for cos and what is the formula for sin. Last 3 lectures we have dealt with it at length for formula for cos and sin, and then we have calculated cos theta and sin theta accordingly. So naturally cos square is 0, sin square is 1, cos sin is 0. Here cos square is 1, sin square 0, cos sin 0. 1 0 0 0 1 0, and here 0.64, 0.36 and minus 0.48. This is my member data. This is my member data for my members AB, BC, AD, DC and BD. I can take DB or BD, whatever it is. Accordingly the cos and sin formula will change. So this is my joint data and this is my member data. My step 2 is over. Now my step 3. My step 3 is element stiffness matrices in global terms. Element stiffness matrices in global terms. My first element K global AB, my first element AB, I know length of AB. Now I have to refer this member data. Length of member AB is 3 meter, so it is AE upon 3, AE upon 3 into bracket. Now C square CS minus C square minus CS. So for AB, C square is 0, CS is 0, minus C square is 0, minus CS is 0. C square CS minus C square minus CS. Now CS, S square minus CS minus S square minus C square minus CS, C square CS and CS minus S square CS S square. So this is global stiffness matrix for my element AB, AE upon L, and this is element AB. So I just put the values. I know the formula. Now friends, how shall I number AB? AB is 5 6 7 8. 5 6 7 8. So I am numbering AB as 5 6 7 8 by 5, 6, 7, 8. Now all of them are non-possible degrees of freedom. So I am not getting any element out of this element AB to map in my global stiffness matrix for the structure. All of you have just seen the procedure in our last numerical. First we write element stiffness matrices for all the elements, and then we map elements from the element stiffness matrices into our global stiffness matrix for the structure as a whole. But in this case I can't find any element because all are red, all are non-possible degrees of freedom, and that is why I can't find any element to be mapped from AB to global stiffness matrix. That's why it is unimportant. It is not means if you don't write global stiffness matrix for AB, no problem. AB member is non-existent that way. AB member was non-existent in the original numerical. Still we have taken it for the geometry of the structure, and as I have promised, we will prove it that force in the member AB is 0. Force in the member force in the member AB is 0. Now next element is K global. Next element in our is BC, K global BC. So K global BC in elemental stiffness matrix. I know length of BC is 4 meters. So AE upon 4, and now I am writing the matrix AE upon 4. First is C square. C square is 1, CS 0, minus C square minus 1, minus CS 0, 0 minus 1 0. This is CS S square minus CS minus S square. This is minus CS minus C square minus CS C square CS, and then this is minus CS minus S square CS S square. Everything is 0 because sine was equal to 0. This is global stiffness matrix for the member BC. Now let us consider how the member BC is. What coordinates we can assign to member BC? We can assign the coordinates to member BC 7, 8, 3, 4. 7, 8, 3, 4. First in X direction, next in Y direction. First in X direction, next in Y direction. So I am assigning the coordinates 7, 8, 3, 4. 7, 8, 3, 4. These are the coordinates that are assigned to this matrix BC. Now from this matrix I know I am able to get only this element to be mapped for my final global stiffness matrix for structure. As we discussed in our previous numerical, we should not take it 1 as a whole. It is 1 by 4 if we take AE common, because lengths of every member is different. So this denominator will vary from member to member. So instead of taking this 1, we will take 1 by 4, that is 0.25 as a member 3, 3. Third row, third column. For all others row, they will be non-existing in our structure stiffness matrix. Our structure stiffness matrix will be of a size 3 by 3 with row numbers 1 to 3 by 1 to 3. In that case, row number 7, row number 8, row number 4, column number 7, column number 8, column number 4 will not be in a picture, and that is why I am getting only one element from this matrix to be mapped for my global stiffness matrix as for structure as a whole. So this is K global BC. Now next member under our consideration is AD. So I am writing K global AD from the basic formula K global AD. So I am writing element stiffness matrix for member AD in global terms. I am writing AE upon length of the member AD is 4, and I am just putting the coordinates, various coordinates. I know it is C square CS minus C square minus CS. So C square CS minus C square minus CS, CS S square minus CS minus S square minus C square minus CS, C square CS, CS minus CS minus S square, CS S square. So this is the global stiffness matrix for my member AD. Now how is my member AD? Again I am going back. My member AD has got coordinates 5, 6, 1, 2. So I am writing the coordinates 5, 6, 1, 2 at my member AD. 5, 6, 1, 2 at my member AD is like this, 5, 6, 1, 2 by 5, 6, 1, 2. Now I know my global stiffness matrix will be of a size 3 by 3. Global stiffness matrix for the structure will be of a size 3 by 3, in which 1, 2, 3 columns and 1, 2, 3 rows will be there. So intersection of column number 1, 2 with row number 1, 2 will be the elements that will be mapped for my global stiffness matrix for structure as a whole. So these 4 elements will be mapped for my global stiffness matrix for structure as a whole. Now friends, look at this fun. It's a fun. If you observe K global BC, you will find this matrix is nothing but element stiffness matrix in local terms. If you observe this matrix AD, you will find this matrix is nothing but element stiffness matrix in local term, which we have derived right in the first lecture of our truss element stiffness matrix in local term. Why it is happening, this local and global? Because look at the member BC, look at the member AD. Member BC, the global x direction is local x direction, so both the directions are coinciding, and that is why the global stiffness matrix is nothing but local stiffness matrix. Similarly for member AD, since global x direction is coinciding with local x direction of the member AD, the local stiffness matrix is equal to global stiffness matrix, and that is what we are getting: 1 0 minus 1 0, second row full 0, minus 1 0 1 0, and last row full 0. This is nothing but local stiffness matrix for member AD, and same is the case that we have seen for member BC, since both of them are oriented in global x direction, their local and global matrices are same. So this is my global stiffness matrix for AD. Is that all? We have seen AB, BC, AD. Now we will see member DC, K global DC. K global DC is nothing but, now length of DC is 3, AE by 3, C square, CS minus C square minus CS. Then CS S square minus CS minus S square, minus CS minus S square, CS minus CS minus C square, CS minus C square minus CS, C square CS minus CS minus S square, CS S square. This is the formula for our global stiffness matrix. Now member DC, how can we number member DC? Look at member DC. I have taken member DC. I could have taken CD also, but I know for member AB and DC the matrices will be same, so I have taken DC instead of CD member. Now for DC, what is the coordinates? 1, 2, 3 and 4. If I would have taken CD, it would have been 3, 4, 1, 2. I hope you all, every one of you have understood, because we have solved number of numericals on it. So it is 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Non-possible degree of freedom I am writing with red color. So that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now my friends, I know my global stiffness matrix for the structure as a whole will be of the size 3 by 3, in which the columns will be 1, 2, 3 and rows will be 1, 2, 3. So I must map all the elements having intersection of 1, 2, 3 column with 1, 2, 3 rows in my elemental stiffness matrices. So these 9 elements from this matrix I am getting to be mapped for my global stiffness matrix for the structure as a whole. This 4th column does not exist, this 4th row does not exist, and that is why I can neglect the element in the 4th column and 4th row as far as writing the global stiffness matrix for the structure as a whole is concerned. So I have written the matrices for member AB, BC and AD, DC, and now the last member is left. Last member is member BD. So K global BD, member BD. I could have taken DB also, no problem. BD or DB, it does not make any difference. Number of calculations are same. So it is AE upon L into bracket. Now C square is 0.64. CS is minus 0.48. Minus C square, that is minus 0.64, and minus CS is minus of minus, that is plus 0.48. Same is the column. I know the matrix is symmetrical, this matrix is symmetrical, so I am writing same as the column. Now minus CS, this is CS S square minus CS minus S square. Same is the column. Now minus C minus C square minus CS, C square and CS. Last one, it is CS minus S square CS S square, that is 0.36. I know the formula for truss, that summation of any row or summation of any column should be equal to 0. I can take that advantage and work as a smart person. Okay, instead of hard work, I can work smartly and write the element. Now, what are the coordinates for my BD? Now my member is BD. My BD, it is 7812. If my member is DB, I would have written 1278. My member is BD, so I am writing 7812, non-possible with red and possible with violet color today. 7812 and 7812. So this is my matrix. I know to map elements for my global stiffness matrix of a structure, I know intersection of column 1 with column 2, intersection of column 2 with column 1. These four elements will be mapped for my global stiffness matrix for the structure as a whole. So I have written element stiffness matrices for all the five elements under my consideration. Okay, I have written it. Now my next step, that is step 4. Step 4 is global stiffness matrix of the structure. My next step is global stiffness matrix of the structure. Next step is global stiffness matrix of the structure. K global for the structure. I know the size of this global stiffness matrix will be 3 by 3. So I am dividing this in a 3 by 3 matrix. I know the columns will be 1 to 3 and rows will be 1 to 3, all possible degrees of freedom, because degree of kinematic indeterminacy for this matrix is 3. So this will be 3 by 3. Now I am putting every element under my consideration. So I'll look at this AB. What can I map from AB to the global stiffness matrix? There is nothing, no 1 to 3 column and no 1 to 3 row. So nothing can be mapped from AB to the global stiffness matrix. Now what can I map from BC? I can map this element 3 3. This element is third row, third column, and this element is not 1, it is 1 by 4, that is 0.25. So I am mapping this 3 3 over this 3 3 and the value of it is 0.25. I am mapping this 3 3 as 0.25. It's not pure 1, it is 1 by 4. I am taking AE common. So 0.25. Now from member AD, what can I map from member AD? I can map these four elements from member AD. I can map these four elements 1 1, 1 2, first row, first column, first row, second column, second row, first column, and second row, second column. This element is 1 1. It is 1, not only 1, it is 1 by 4. So 0.25. So I am mapping 1 1, 0.25, and other elements 0 0 0 0. These four elements I have mapped from member AD. Now I will consider member DC. Now member DC, I can map all the three elements: first row, first column, second row, first row, second column, first row, third column, second row, first column, second row, second column, second row, third column, third row, first column, third row, second column, third row, second, third column, out of which second row, second column is 1 by 3. Second row, second column is 1 by 3, that is 0.33. All others are 0. So I am adding 0 plus 0 0 plus 0 0. All other elements are 0. So I am mapping this. From this I am getting 3 by 3 matrix, out of which only 2 2, element 2 2, second row, second column is 1 by 3, that is 0.33. I have mapped it over here. All other elements are 0, so I have written 0. Now next element is BD. I have mapped it from all four. Next element is BD. From BD I am getting first row, first column 0.64. 0.64 divided by the length is 5. Length is 5. 0.64 divided by 5, that is first row, first column is 0.128. Minus 0.48 divided by 5, that is minus 0.096. Second row, first column minus 0.096, and second row, second column is plus 0.072. 0.36 divided by 5, minus 0.48 divided by 5, minus 0.48 divided by 5, and 0.64 divided by 5. So I have mapped all these elements. Now I have mapped all the elements from AB. all the elements from AB, all the elements from BC, all the elements from AD, DC, as well as the last element I have mapped from BD. So I have mapped all the elements in global stiffness matrix of the structure from the elemental stiffness matrices. I am just simplifying these calculations and writing global stiffness matrix for the structure as a whole, that is K global structure. I am simplifying this and writing the K global structure. I am simplifying this and writing K global structure. K global for structure AE common and 3 by 3 matrix. I just added these elements 0.378 minus 0.096, 0 minus 0.096, 0.402, 0, 0, 0 and 0.25. This is my structure stiffness matrix which was assembled over here. यही मैंने assemble किया था. I just added these elements and got it 1 to 3 by 1 to 3. Now all of us know the next step is writing structure equilibrium equation. That is step 5. Step 5 is writing structure equilibrium equation and getting the unknown displacements. So step 5 is structure equilibrium equation. Structure equilibrium equation. Structure equilibrium equation P global is equal to K global delta global. This is my structure equilibrium equation. P global is known to me. K global just I have calculated for the structure. Only unknown is delta global, and delta global is nothing but displacement vector. In summer 17 it is asked you find out displacement vector. In summer 17 it is asked you find out displacement vector. That was all. But in this case we have seen the numerical is simple and we can analyze it as a whole, since degree of kinematic indeterminacy is 3. If it would have been 4 or more, we would have stopped at finding out displacement vector or finding out or assembling the global stiffness matrix. Since we can solve 3 by 3 simultaneous equations, we will calculate all the forces in the members of a truss in our next discussion. So at this point I will stop. I hope you have understood. I will stop my discussion, that is structure equilibrium equation is equal to P global delta global. Thank you.